Hello everyone, thanks so much for stopping by another video on my channel. Today we're going to create a manicure table with the ventilation system. These tables are pretty expensive and I do not want to invest on one. I have purchased different ventilation systems before and they all seem to do the same thing, so I'm thinking if I buy a table, it would be the same purpose as well. Anyway, this is what it looks in the front, and the other picture was what it looks on the side. And the first thing I'm gonna use is one of those dust extractor that they sell at eBay. Mine was from Young Nails. It kind of looks like this, but you can get them really cheap for 50 bucks at AliExpress or eBay. Also, we need this is the table that I purchased, and this is the other one that I told you guys that you can find in eBay. I know it seems a little bit ahead of time on this video, but I did use the help of my dad. He helped me cut this small square on the table. He cut it from the back, so when I came home from work, he already had started the project without me, so I wasn't able to record it. But anyway, it's very self-explanatory. All you got to do really is measure the ventilation system that you have and then cut a hole or a circle that will fit perfectly with your little fan. First, I took the dust extractor apart. You don't really need to do that if you want to. I thought I wanted to do it that way, so here I'm just showing you the different parts that came apart from the ventilation system. It has 4 screws and 2 lids that go on top of the fan. It's pretty easy to break it apart. Next, I noticed that it wasn't gonna work that way because it was a little bit bigger than I thought, the table, so it was a little bit thicker. So what we decided to do is we cut the actual plastic from the dust extractor portion where you put the hands over when your client puts the hand over. So what we did is that we cut it across. As you see, we have just a plastic going on, and that plastic has some type of foam inside with some leather. The one that at least the one that I own is from Young Nails. I purchased it from Young Nails and it was about $100, I think, but you can get them way cheaper at eBay or Amazon or AliExpress. They're about 50 bucks, so you can save yourself some money there. Anyway, after that, like I said, we put it back together because after I put it apart, it ended up not fitting the way I wanted it. So what I did is that we put it back together, and then we decided to cut the plastic along the side so we could create a little bit of a thicker edge so the little ventilator wouldn't fall on the floor. And after this, what we did is we screw back the screws into place, and here I'm just measuring back the leather that comes on that plastic. So it has like a 2 purposes, because one is, it's gonna hold the ventilator in place, and the other is it has a little bit of a cushion, and it's good for your client because then your client will have some type of cushion when you rest your hands in there. The reason I decided to do this type of project is because every time I have 2 different dust extractors. This is the first one that I mostly use most of the time, but it goes everywhere. The dust does not stay where it's supposed to. It goes everywhere. So it's really no point on having it. And the other one that I have is the sunflower dust extractor, but it doesn't work either. I mean, yes, it does sucks the dust pretty good, but at the same time it gets all over your hair, and sometimes I have gotten little pieces on my eye because the way it sucks the air. So I don't like it. I own it, but I don't like it, and it's quite expensive. It's under $200-300 bucks. I have not tried the Valentino. Maybe I should try that one, but maybe next time. At this point, I'm very happy with the result of this table, so that's why I really wanted to share with you the way I did it. I'm sure you guys can find it an easier way to get it done. I struggle a little bit. We didn't have like professional tools and stuff like that. As you can see here, I'm struggling with this type of glue because it was late at night time and I didn't want to go to the store and get E600 or 6000 glue. That would work better, and I do end up buying it at the end. You'll see it when I end up like gluing everything. So what we did here is that we ripped the foam from the inside, and then we fold the leather on top, and here we're just going to put one of the lids from the fan so we can screw everything together. And like I said, this project is best if you have someone to help you. This way that person can cut the hole on the wood part, and they can hold the plastic, cut the plastic as well for you, and you don't cut yourself or get hurt. So make sure you have someone that knows what to, cutting tools and stuff like that, so you can prevent yourself from cutting yourself. I know that if I would have tried to do it myself, I probably can come up and do it, but it might not be as good as the results that I had here. I grabbed a couple of those paper clips so I can hold the leather together and it didn't move, because we want it kind of really tight when we put the lid from the ventilation system. After we do this and we put all the ventilation together, we realize it's a little bit too big and I want it a little bit smaller, so we're gonna cut it again. Like I said, it does take some error and try and error, going back and forward and measuring things and stuff like that. So it's best if someone helps you get it done. It just makes the job a lot easier. And you can see here, after I realized that it was a little on the bigger size that I wanted it, we just cut the rest of the plastic and we adjust the fabric as well. And this is gonna be I'm gonna fold it and I'm gonna add some glue and I'm gonna clip it on, like I said. And next day I'm gonna buy some E6000 and I'm gonna glue it better, and it's gonna stay just fine. For right now, I'm just gonna do some regular glue. It's not gonna work as well, but I'm gonna clip it because I'm very impatient. At that moment, I just wanted to see what it was gonna look like and everything. But I end up stopping that day, and I didn't go back to that project until like 2 days later. And you might see the light changing a little bit. That's another thing. My lighting where I was doing this, it wasn't great. I don't have professional lights, so. Here, after I realized the plastic was a little bit on the larger side, I decided to cut it down. My dad did a great job cutting it. I just was a little messy on making the folding and stuff like that, but it really doesn't matter. This is not going to be shown, and yes, it is going to be a little bit on the crooked side, but I don't care either. As long as it works, that's it. All it matters. Like I said, after you put it together, all you have to really do is the wirings inside, like under the table, so you can measure the back, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like on the back after I finish gluing all of this together. So after we're done gluing, we're just gonna insert the ventilation system in the hole and try to make sure it's good. But before this, I'm just gonna make sure everything's gonna be stuck, because next day I realized that other glue was not really working. So what I did is that I went to the store and I got the E6000 glue, because that works really well. And I added some in each of the sides of the leather, and that made it more secure and it looks a lot prettier, as you can see here. And I'm also gonna add glue around it so it can stick on the table, because I don't want it to be moving. You can leave it without being glued, and you can just remove it whenever you want it, if that's what you want, or maybe you're gonna change from tables or so and so you decide to do something different. But honestly, I don't think I'm gonna change tables anytime soon, and if I end up doing, I can always just rip it off and start all over, or give me another ventilation. I'm gonna leave this one for a long time. I really like the way it's working right now. And after this, I'm gonna flip the table backwards so I can see where the wiring goes, and I'm gonna measure it first, and I'm gonna create a line around it so I can screw the screws in the holes. They're already pre-made, and I'm gonna clip all the wires in, and it's gonna be pretty much done. All I need to do is really bring my filter for the fan, and I'm gonna use one of those showering plastic caps in the back so the dust doesn't go everywhere when I'm using it, or at least not in my client's legs. And it should be good. I'll give you guys a demo at the end and a couple pictures, close-up pictures for you guys to check them out. Alright, so after everything's done, we're just gonna go ahead and give it a try and see how it works. I have just a plastic finger here. As you can see, it is working fabulous. I love it. The dust is not everywhere and it's going inside instead of on top of my table. It was a mess before, guys. I'm telling you. I'm just gonna give a close-up, a little bit more close-up so you guys can see better. But as you can see, all the dust is going inside, and that is music to my ears because I used to have so much problems with this ventilation system. It would go everywhere, and it don't matter how many times I dust, it was just like see. But so you can see my hand is clean, so I'll keep you guys posted and see how that working for me. I have a couple videos maybe coming up for you guys. Let me know if you want to see anything else. I do have some, I want to record some organization videos and so you might be interested in that. Here's just some close-up pictures for you guys to see. This is the back. This is how it looks with the filter and the bag, and this is what it looks in the front. I hope you guys like this video. Thank you much for watching, and you guys have a good day. Bye bye.